Hello guys, welcome back. Bushcraft family again with another video. And it's times like this I really despise these type of videos, but I think it's something that might wake some people up, might not. The fact that next year, even though we keep saying, remember back in 2020, 2021 is going to be a bad year. The end of 2021 come around, we said, 2022 is not looking good. And here we are, the end of 2022. And yes, I'm going to say it. 2023 is not looking good at all. Last year and a half, we have seen a lot of jobs, new employment and stuff like that. Signs all over the place, help wanted, they need workers bad. But with the rise of the economy and stuff right now, that may come to an end. And unfortunately, it has already started. Now, I'm going to read you some stories of places that will be laying off and whatnot. And they're already saying the first month to 2 months into 2023, there'll be over 2 million jobs lost, meaning they'll lay people off, they'll fire them, whatnot. And I've already said this a few times, like Walmart, Amazon have already told their employees that they will be laying off people the 22nd. And it all determines how well the Christmas season will go. And it didn't go the way it was planned. So they will be laying off people. And a lot of people. Now, I remember back before the pandemic hit, Walmart themselves, you had to have a drug test, a background check, all kinds of stuff to get a job there. Well, since then, it had completely changed to where they just hired anybody can come off the streets, basically. And it's shown quite a bit in a lot of the stores. There's not any good organization. Shelves are all over the place. They're not rotating stock and all kinds of stuff. And I think that has a lot to do with the way things have went for a lot of places to making their money, because that's the big season. The end of the year is the big season where you either make it or you don't, and that tells you how much they're going to keep on going for the next year. And that's where we're at. And a major Wall Street bank has put out that millions of Americans will be losing their jobs in 2023. And that's where the question comes, for those who are out there working, doing the right thing, paying taxes and whatnot. How secure are you with your job? Have you heard that you may be getting laid off, or others might be getting laid off from where you work? These are things that I'd like to know in chat. So please post in the comments, all that stuff, and you don't have to say where you work or anything like that. Just you kind of get a vague description, stuff like that. There's a factory that makes Jeep Cherokees in northern Illinois will be laying off 1,350 workers. If not this month, next month. The plant in Bellavere, Illinois said the action will result in infinite layoffs, and it may not resume operations as considered. So that means that more than likely the place is going to be closing down. That's what it sounds like to me. There are many others. Over 1,800 employees were laid off at a wireless advocate operations inside Costco's and Walmart's and things like that, where they try to get you to buy their phones and stuff. 1,800 employees. And this happened December 5th. And again, that just says how bad the season went. Black Friday and Cyber Monday are the biggest money makers for these places, and they didn't even come close to what they need to survive the year. So that means a lot of people be losing their jobs and stuff. Even Amazon plans to fire 20,000 people in each of their, warehouse places, distribution places. I don't know what they call them. And in the first, and that's has already taken place. And more than likely there'll be 10,000 workers that will be laid off, at each of these places. And these are ranked from 1 to 7. People who work at Amazon know what that is. You have different levels, and anybody in that range will or can be laid off. So that's, you figure there's 20,000 people fired right then and there, this month. And the coming months, in the next couple months, and these are in every of these warehouses or whatever they call them. That's how many they're going to be laying off. And these places are strolled all over the United States. And they're going to be 10,000 layoffs at each one of these places each month until they start getting even with their money. And that's the whole thing. There's a group that said, the latest Outlook report published this week that the economy could lose an estimated 2 million jobs the first month of 2023, which will raise the jobless rate to 5.25. That is a lot. 2 million in the first month. So that's January. 2 million people without work. What's this mean? How many of those 2 million people will find another job? And you start and wonder, like I unfortunately predicted, that if this country didn't get that boost from Christmas season for the Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that stuff, that this will be the beginning stages of the next Great Depression. And it's everything's going right in line as we speak because of the interest rates being raised. All these jobs will be that's 2 million people. And you stop and think about how much money just in taxes. We'll just go there. We won't go into the income that the money that's made from those 2 million jobs. That is a lot. And we have somebody in the office that is spending money faster than can be printed, if it's even being printed. It's just, yes. And this is a big thing, guys. 2 million in the first month. And if that keeps going every month like that, here's another one, and they're expecting this in January. The U.S. household wealth plunged a whopping $13.5 trillion. That's what they call a crash. It plunged that much, the market for housing. $13.5 trillion. And they are going to fall even more if the federal continues to raise interest rate, which they have and they will. And the Fed officials just keep telling us that more rate hikes are coming. Home builders are being hit extremely hard as well. They started lots of new houses when times were good, and now there's lots with half-built houses, crazy amount of just houses just not finished, and they, be it supplies, because that's going to be one of the things. Oh, we couldn't build because of supplies. It's money. There's inflation got so bad that they just couldn't afford to finish the houses. If home builders cannot sell their ballooning inventory as unsold new houses to households at current prices, as mortgage rates are amid plunging sales and soaring cancellation rates of signed contracts, topping out at 45%. 45%. So what that means is 45% of the houses that's been built or trying to be built in the last couple years, 45 of them have been canceled and not finished because of lack of funds. And it's getting bad, guys. This is what you. This is the slap in the face that you better wake up. If you don't have a plan set in place to survive this, to prepare for this stuff. And that doesn't mean just buying a bunch of canned food and beans and rice and stuff, because how long is that going to last? You have to have a way of getting food on your table that, be it chickens, rabbits, gardens, growing in your house, going out in the woods and foraging for stuff. Not saying that people have to go out and hunt and stuff like that, but it's getting to be that way. Back in the Great Depression, animals that people would go out and you see people going out and hunt, and you see trail cams and all this stuff. You see all these animals around and things. Back in the Great Depression, it got so bad, you hardly ever seen an animal, a squirrel, a rabbit. A lot of birds were just getting plucked out of the sky just so that they could have meat with their potatoes or their beans or stuff. And it'll go back to that again. Eventually, you won't see squirrels out. You won't see rabbits. And I hate to say it, but you will not see stray cats and things like that, because eventually people get so hungry, it's all game's off. You got to eat type thing. And you might, oh, that's horrible, that's gross, but that is what happened back in the Depression times when there was no food. A stray cat running down the road, that was a meal. Or rats in the alley, that was a little extra meat. And everybody, well, that will never happen at this time. It's happening. And I don't know, guys. It's just, I really hope and pray that I'm wrong. I hope this is a video that doesn't come true type thing. But it's foolish to think that it won't. So hopefully this hits some people and they start planning for these things. And this week, hopefully I'm going to get some more videos out there to help prepping, how to store stuff and things like that. So be on the lookout and share this stuff out because YouTube sure is not sharing it out. Until next time, guys, like always, God bless.